Do you have any correspondence, Jen?
I do. I did receive a letter, Jack Hedges is interested in being on the zoning variance board. We also have that on new business, so we can save it for that. I received the renewal for our insurance. It does not have it is a renewal as if Don was still on and Jeff is not. So there is a 4.8% decrease in cost. I'm not sure what it'll be since the trustees have changed. And she said it's slightly different coverage. This is the renewal.
This is Megan's.
If we go with the same cut, if we still stay with Anthem, the cost decreases, but she said so does the coverage slightly. But she said Anthem is changing their policies, and I asked if that would be considered an interim change, and she said, if you aren't doing it, it's being done to you. It doesn't, you can't do anything about it. It's not like you're voting to increase or decrease your benefits. It's happening because they're changing their policies. I only have the one copy, but if you guys would like to look over it, I'd appreciate it if you left it at the building, if you want to look at it.
You said you're here after meeting, right?
Yeah,
That action was taken in March, right?
yes. And I believe Megan will be here at the February meeting. She did get the applications, and I'll talk to John and see if he'll come back for the February meeting and give us the quotes on the insurance. Megan was going to check with the other companies that she deals with, other than just Anthem, and so is John, so.
They didn't leave anything with you tonight?
No, they didn't. I didn't know they were coming in until earlier today, and I'm not sure why they didn't say. I'll call them tomorrow. There's more information about the email. If you guys just leave these here, I mean, we'll have them fine, but leave them down here at the building. This is just from, received a notice from Paul Scanlon. Appeals board met on the 25th, and I'm sorry, I was trying to read through this real quick. The meeting was called to order at 7. The meeting was for an application of appeal from Chris Renzi concerning a lot split of 4.617 acres from a lot of 28.135. The zoning is 5 acre minimum with 250 square foot frontage. Doesn't say what I know what, oh, here it is. The discussion was held by the board with a vote taken to approve the lot split, conditionally to meeting all requirements of the engineer's office and the planning commission. Here's also some information about the dental insurance. There is no longer a card. Your social security number is there's one of those for each of you. The social security number is your identification. I received a letter from Judge Higgins. He started the community service component in Lincoln County Municipal Court 20 years ago, and in the past 20 years, the court has saved local government, including townships, over $200,000 in free labor through the program. The purpose of the letter is to inform us of the program is still going on if we are interested in taking advantage of the services.
You got that?
I did.
I think we all got
Oh,
that.
did you? Did you get the letter from the commissioners about the consolidation of the 911 center?
No.
It's just, notice of that, and I'll leave that here too. Here, I forgot to leave this down here earlier, this inventory, it's not very printer friendly, because I couldn't get it all on one sheet, and I tried to run it on legal side, and it didn't work that way either. I don't know if you were able to print it out better.
Well, what she's referring to there is, by law, the township annually has to do a physical inventory, and it's to be filed with the county engineer and the fiscal officer. I did come down and I discovered that, I guess you guys didn't get around to it the last couple of years, because I contacted the engineer for a copy of the current information, and the most current was what I did when I was here in '09. So I sent this to Jenny, it has to be on file with her. When I did the inventory, there's a lot of holes, there's a lot of missing things, a lot of things that need corrected, updated. We're in compliance because it was done on that date, but I asked her to bring that down so you guys could look it over. There's several small tools and things that I know aren't on there that were added. There's a lot of bigger items. There's definitely some items that have walked out the door, a lot of signage, a lot of donated items are not there. We could have a long meeting on that, but I just assumed that you'd look it over, and that this time next year when it's due, it can be a lot more accurate if you kind of help me out on that. You know, but I do want it on the agenda because there's several items that all have to be addressed at some point, because it is government property and it all needs accounted for.
I also received the certificate of results of the election on the fire levy. It did pass, just in case you guys and somebody didn't know that. Notice from the Licking County Recorder's Office about fees for filing. We have a mileage certification from the county engineer. Our mileage is at 23.77.
Is that the same as last year?
Yes. I do need, I guess I need all of you to sign it. I don't know that we need to, we usually pass a motion and just sign it.
Okay, I move that we accept the ODOT mileage for this 2012.
Second.
Roll call.
Who's running the meter?
Are we gonna have a roll call or not?
Right, something.
Okay. Ben,
Yes.
Dan,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yes.
Received a newsletter from Soil and Water, leave that here. Newsletter from the Health Department, a new catalog. Ohio Rail Development Commission, we don't have any railroads that run through our county, do we?
No, Township, no.
Or, yeah, Township. I think that was it. I do have, the District 17 Integrating Committee. These are the folks that vote on our issue 2 grants. There will be a meeting held February 16th at 6:30. We have the opportunity to nominate representatives and their alternates who are willing and able to attend daytime meetings that are scheduled several times during the year and held at the Licking County Administration Building in Newark. It's essential to have a quorum of each meeting in order to conduct business. Nominees must also have a candidate for their alternate at the time of the nomination. In the past, we've had members alternates that have never attended a single meeting in 3 years, when someone else could have been actively participating in decision-making. So we need to make sure it's somebody that will, you should also bring a resume or a short biography that we can send out with the ballots.
When is that needed?
It's February 16th, 2012.
That's when they need it back.
Yes, that's when the meeting is, that's when we need the nomination. And there's a nomination. So, you could send it in.
They're requesting something from every township, or is that just countywide?
Each township board and village CEO and the district will have one vote, and nominations will be taken from the floor. I don't know that they're asking us to, but we do have a vote if we want to send it this way. Yeah, that is it.
Another correspondence? Yeah, there is correspondence.
I've got some. Under correspondence, I was assigned at the organizational meeting basically to be the trustee to get with the prosecutor. Basic questions were, what files do we have open, where are we on the trash situation, and what was the other one? Firearms came up, issue came up at the organizational meeting about these alleged violations of campaign. And I made sure that Alice is our new contact there, took Eric Fox's place. She emailed I wanted to make sure that she sent it to everybody, because I don't want to see any more of this. One trustee gets information, the others don't. She was supposed to have sent it to Jenny, she doesn't have it, but I have a printout of those, so I can report those when we get to them. I think you've got some of that on the agenda there.
Yep.
Received a letter confirming the registration for the OTA conference, and I am on the sheet for the required public records training. I received a confirmation that I'll be volunteering for Licking County to be a sergeant at arms during the conference. The conference titles that I'll be taking on Wednesday the 8th, liability and shared services. Thursday the 9th, general session. I'll be taking a session on healthcare premiums, how to control costs. And then on the 10th is the public record training. And I'm also taking one on the 10th called Your Roads and Streets Keeping Up with Deterioration. On our agenda, the other insurance man, John Parker, I did get a chance to talk with him on the phone a little bit, because I recall when he came and spoke to our township, he talked about a $300 credit we could get for being proactive that would lower our liability. And all the conference expenses, it's just mileage and was it $45? That can all be reimbursed to the township through our loss prevention insurance program. So that's something that needs to be done probably the end of the year. He said there's a form that you can get from him. So I asked him some other questions along those lines. Don't think it's on the agenda, but it'd be under safety. As far as jackets go, under compliance, our workers are all supposed to have certain grade jackets for reflectivity. That's an item that we need to purchase. I think they walked out the door when the employees quit without notice.
What about vests? Are they allowed to wear those vests?
Those may or may not be actually up to compliance, but they're better than nothing.
I'm pretty sure they are. We have to wear those on the fire department. We don't have reflective cap, we have to wear a vest. I'm pretty sure they
They'll get us by. They're really not as good, but we have plenty of them. So, that's something I think we should look into, and I definitely think we should purchase that equipment. And I don't know if you want to try to get those jackets back, or give employees the option to purchase them and they can take them home, or if we should just leave several here, because we need them. Because you don't want to be standing behind a truck pulling cinders back and be dark.
Sure.
So.
Who doesn't have one?
None of the workers would have
Do you
them.
have one?
I do, yeah.
I own my own, but I'm talking more about the new employees, because if they're out there once, they need it.
Right. I think the vests are sufficient.
Yeah, the vest is sufficient for
Yeah, the
temporary
box,
right now.
Like we got there for track, but.
Yeah, that's what they're for. They're a summertime, I'll definitely have to have something on out there.
Sure, I'll note that out.
But I'm not even concerned with the compliance, it's the safety part.
Sure.
Also, I was contacted by several different residents just because there were only a few people at the organizational meeting doesn't mean there weren't people watching. A lot of residents are wanting to know where they can sign up to be on-call workers. I kinda had a question for Jenny on that. I don't have employees, all the people I work with are independent contractors. What I understand, on workers' comp, it's all based on number of hours worked. Are there any other expenses besides the hourly amount? In other words, if we had several employees working the same amount of hours, is it gonna cost us anything?
No. That's based on what we pay them.
Okay, so it's not gonna actually cost us more?
No.
Because in the past, another man that sat here indicated that having more workers would cost more money, which isn't really true, it's the number of hours spent. So, I'd like to know where you wanna put that on the agenda. But, we have several residents ready to sign up, they live in the township too, and they qualify the same as the three that you put on the table.
I don't think we need to put on the agenda, I think right now we have enough workers for the township.
Okay,
If it
well,
comes to that, we need workers, and
I guess under public comment, then would be their opportunity if they're here
Sure,
to
yeah.
speak on their own behalf. Under correspondence, I also have meeting minutes from the Licking County Township Association. There was some good information there. Part of it was the resolution we'll probably be passing tonight on the safety and signs, their recommendations and how we could add that to our needs here. That was on January 7th. On January 10th, I attended the Ohio Department of Development. It was an online webinar. There were over 600 people in attendance on that. A lot of good information there for grant writing, different community grants that we can partner up with other entities to try to work on this. So that was a valuable